Marvel, I think it's fair to say, dominates superhero movies. And by Marvel, I don't mean Sony Marvel, I don't mean Fox Marvel, I mean Marvel. Pumping out at least 2 movies a year up until 2019, it doesn't look like they're slowing down anytime soon. But something that I recently found very interesting are their one-shots. Being a Marvel fanboy, I had heard of them, but I'd never taken the time to check them out. And I think the reason is that nobody really pitched them to me correctly. People were just like, hey, it's a short thing by Marvel, you should check it out sometime. So when I eventually did watch them, I discovered that they're really the best of the MCU movies compacted into no more than 15 minutes. So today, I just wanted to do a quick recap on the Marvel one-shots, aka short films. The first 2 Marvel one-shots are The Consultant and A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to Thor's Hammer. Both of them star Clark Gregg, aka Agent Coulson. In A Funny Thing, on his way from the events of Iron Man 2 to Thor, Coulson stops by a gas station and stops an armed robbery. Then, after the events of Thor, the government want the Abomination to join the Avengers. So Coulson and fellow S.H.I.E.L.D. agent Sitwell sit down and discuss who they should send to General Ross to stop him from doing this. In the end, they decide on the most arrogant, annoying, and disrespectful person they can think of, Tony Stark, which explains the end credit scene at the end of The Incredible Hulk. Firstly, I thought this was a great way to tie that whole end credit scene up, because it never really led anywhere, so having it as a kind of joke was a good move. Secondly, I watched the Marvel TV special called Assembling a Universe, which you should definitely check out when you have the time. In it, Clark Gregg admitted that they had a quick fight scene in A Funny Thing, and after that only had the budget for 2 guys talking in a restaurant, and some footage from a previous movie. Honestly, these were really enjoyable, and gave us a little look at what happens between the movies. Next up, Item 47. This is, I think, the most interesting idea for a one-shot. After the Battle of New York, a bunch of that Chitauri tech is just lying around. 2 people find a Chitauri gun and start robbing their way around the East Coast. Agent Sitwell, who appears in a lot of these, goes in to take them out. He does, and then makes them S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. It's, as I said, the most interesting premise, but in the end, is probably my least favorite one-shot, mainly because there isn't a strong MCU character to tie me into it. However, that is not to say that it still isn't fun, and you should still check it out. Next is Agent Carter. Ironically enough, she now has gotten her own TV show, which I have yet to watch. But based on this one-shot, Agent Carter seems like a character who could totally carry her own show. Hayley Atwell was one of the best parts of the first Avenger, and was one of the most depressing parts of the Winter Soldier. This short shows her a bit after Cap went down the ice, and shows how she's being treated as a woman would be treated in 1946.
The boys and I, we're heading out for a drink. You want to polish up those field reports on my desk? I appreciate it, darling.
She then goes on a mission to take out these jerks and get some secret goo or something, which she does in some great action scenes. She then proves that she's more than capable of being a secret agent, and then gets promoted to running the then still blossoming S.H.I.E.L.D. along with Howard Stark. Overall, this short film was exciting, fun, and honestly got me pretty pumped for the TV show. And finally, the best one-shot, the one that is the main reason I'm making this video, and the one that was borderline better than the movie it was spinning off from. All Hail the King. This is the story of Ben Kingsley's Mandarin after the events of Iron Man 3, and by Ben Kingsley's Mandarin, spoiler alert for Iron Man 3, I mean Ben Kingsley's Trevor Slattery, which, by the way, I know people don't like the Mandarin twist, but you gotta give it to Ben Kingsley for switching roles like that in a heartbeat. Anyway, this one shot shows a Slattery in jail, where he's become somewhat of a celebrity. This short also shows us what Slattery was doing pre-Mandarin, like filming the pilot for a TV show called Caged Heat. Trevor is then interviewed by some random guy who ends up being a member of the Ten Rings, the terrorist organization who kidnapped Tony Stark and who are normally affiliated with the Mandarin. He gets Slattery at gunpoint, telling him, "There's someone who wants to meet you. You took his name, and now he wants it back." Then, it ends. In all honesty, I'm not sure if other people think this is Marvel just trying to get people off their backs, but seriously, I loved this. There's just a part of me that gets excited because the actual Mandarin is still out there. I don't think we'll ever actually see him, but this was just a really fun way for Marvel to say sorry for what happened in Iron Man 3. Oh, and it has the best credits scene ever. I won't spoil it, just go and watch it. So that is what the Marvel one-shots are. Which is your favorite? And what one-shot would you like to see? I'd personally love to see something Guardians of the Galaxy related. Maybe something more about Ronan or Yondu or Gamora or Rocket or Groot or Star... Yeah, you know what? I just want more Guardians of the Galaxy stuff. Anyway, leave your thoughts in the comments below. Also, click the like button and subscribe for more videos like the one you just watched. See you next time.